What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Awesome Nerd Show. I'm back with more NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie action figures, and this time we have the two packs of the Leonardo and Donatello, along with the Michelangelo and Raphael 2-packs. We're finally able to pick up the turtles, and they look awesome. So we have the 4 turtles as they appear in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie back from 1990, and I think they look awesome. So they have that realistic look to them, and I think they just look awesome. So I'm excited to open these and check these out. Check them out with all their weapons, because it looks like they all came with the exact weapons they should have. They came with some additional headband ties and everything, so I'm excited to check these turtles out, and more especially just to add them with the rest of our movie collections, since now we actually have the turtles to go along with them. So I'm ready to get these out of the box. So let me go ahead and get them open, and we'll check them out together. So here we got the 4 turtles, and they look awesome. So they are all identical, so we're not going to have to look at each one of them, but we can see them also. We have the Leonardo and Donatello, Raphael and Michelangelo, and I think they all look great. I like how they all have different faces. So Leonardo's just got like a flat mouth. Donnie has the mouth like kind of coming down with the little like turtle nose point thing or whatever down in the front. Raphael has his mouth open a little bit, showing his teeth, and Mikey kind of has a smile on his face, and they each have different eyes. So Raphael's more like squinting, Mikey's more like bright-eyed, and they kind of switch out in between. And then of course they have the changes in between the turtles, so they have like different spots all over them, so they have spots and they're not all in the same place, so that kind of distinguishes them. Obviously the headbands in all different colors, and then they have the different bands like around them, so like Leonardo has the bands coming up to hold the sheaths on for swords in the back, so it's up a little bit higher compared to Raphael and Mikey where they're more down around their waist. But otherwise they're all exactly the same, so they're all the exact same figures, same movements, everything, so we only really need to look at one. So we will look at Leonardo since he is the leader of the team. So he looks awesome here. Of course has the blue headband, again the spots all over the body, you can see him up there on his head, continues down the arms and down the legs as well. They have the elbow and knee pads on, so the big puffy brown pads, the bands there wrapped around their wrists, which I like how they even have sort of like the tie design, so they're trying to make it look, like real material. We have the 3 fingers and the 2 toes, and as I mentioned, the bands wrapped around, so Leonardo is up a little bit higher there, but as the strap's going up over and around to the back, and then we have their turtle shell there with the awesome turtle shell design. So overall I think it looks awesome, and as I mentioned we have the same movement, so the head can move up and down there. We can get it to twist all the way around if you want it, so pretty decent movements overall in the neck. The shoulders can come up about 90 degrees there and rotate all the way around. We have like a double elbow style joint with the joint top and bottom, and of course has the armband covering it up, but you can get it to bend up at least that far. Of course the band's in the way, so it's kind of bunching up there, so you don't get as much movement, but it can go up to 90 degrees there, and it has rotation in both of those, so you get top rotation and lower rotation. Then we have the wrist that can twist all the way around and flex back and forth. There's a little bit of like an ab crunch or something, so they can kind of move off the shell there, so it's like the upper section there kind of can rock back and forth. Then we have the hips that can come up to 90 degrees there. Out to the side they can kind of do splits, and again with the turtles, so they are NECA figures, so you have to heat them up. So I heated them up and got them all loosened, but now like as they're like cooling down and stuff, they're starting to tighten up again, so I'm having some issues there. But there's a little bit of a thigh twist, so you can get the legs to twist around in there. We've got a double knee joint, again very similar to the elbow, but it bends up that far again with the bunching up of the knee pad there, and then there is some twist in there as well. And finally we got the feet that can rock back and forth and can twist side to side. So overall they have really good movements, no real issues or anything, haven't broken any of the figures yet, so everything's pretty positive for the turtles. But the coolest thing about these turtles is they all come 3 to 1, but the coolest thing is that they all come with their accessories. So like each one comes with a piece of pizza, so we have just a little slice of pizza here. Looks like maybe some sausage, pepper, and maybe like some mushrooms or something, but a nice looking piece of pizza, so they each come with an identical slice. We get some additional headband tails, so if we want to switch them out, so we have one where they're kind of more stuck together there, and one that's more off to the other side. I like them more split with coming down on each side, so I always like to just leave them as that, but they do come with the additional ones if you want to switch them out. We get some additional hands, but I kind of got them all mixed up when opening the boxes, so I don't know if I have them all exactly where they were, but I think for Leonardo we have like more of an open style flat hand. We have kind of like a pointing hand, which to me always looks like the middle finger, but it's more like a pointing hand. And I think for Donatello we have a little thumbs up, and then we also have one that's kind of like a grip with the hand open a little bit more. But again, I'm just kind of going off what the boxes show, so I don't know if these are exactly what they come with, and I don't know who came exactly with who. I'm just kind of, like I said, going off the pictures of the box. But we have different hands that you can switch, and they're all identical, so you could use them for actually any turtle you want to. And for Leonardo we get his 2 katanas, so these are nice looking swords. I really like to look at them. Nice handles, they're kind of like clinky and stuff with just like the plastic they're made of. They're kind of clinky, so that's kind of nice too. But nice brown handles, they're all wrapped up in leather. Then we have the guards, protecting the hands, and the nice silver blades. So you can take these and stick them right into the sheaths in the back. I don't know if blades have to go in a certain way or anything, but they can just slide in there into the back. So you can have them sticking up there behind him, which I always think is pretty cool. But we'll actually go and just put these in his hand. So there we got Leonardo with the katana, so I'll slide him back there, and then we will look at his package partner of Donatello, of course my favorite turtle. I always liked him mostly because of the purple, because purple's one of my favorite colors, and I always liked the nerds of the group and stuff, so Donatello's always been my favorite. nunchucks. He's pretty awesome. Obviously, turtle body and everything exactly the same, just different the spots and everything. Again, his mouth is a little bit different, so he's got that little like turtle mouth point thing coming down there. And then he has the band wrapped around him, which is the only real different part that comes around to the back. It has little ribbon pieces on here to be able to hold his bow staff. So of course he comes with the bow staff, but you can just take and slide this down here. Now you have to be careful because these strings are kind of like loosened and stuff, and you can kind of tighten them up. So as you slide it in, it kind of loosens it up a bit, but you can pull on one of the pieces and it will tighten it up. So you can't get the bow staff just to slide back in there. And again, it's sticking around there on the back of him, or we could take it out and put it into his hand. And before I do that, he does also come with the headband ties. So there I got the bow staff and Donatello's hand. So those two look awesome. And then we have the other 2-pack of Raphael and Michelangelo. So we got Raphael again with the red headband, and the only other difference being his belt around his waist. So again, he has the belt with the 2 little notches in there to be able to hold his size. And again, other than that, he's exactly the same. Mouth's a little bit different too, again, where he's kind of showing his teeth. So again, with this pack, they came with some additional hands. So I'm saying for Raphael, he's got a hand there to be able to hold his size. So obviously, that goes with him. And then he's got an open flat hand. And for the Michelangelo, we got a thumbs up and then just kind of open style grip hand there. Again, you can use these for any turtles that you want to. They don't have to specifically go with those. And for Raphael, we have additional headband tails, so they're in the red. And then, of course, as I mentioned, we do get his size, so we can take and slide them into his belt. So you just kind of take him, slide him down in there like that. But of course, I want him in his hand, so let me go and stick him in there. So I got Raphael with the size, and then finally we have Mikey, which again, the bright-eyed funny one. And so he has the smile on his face, the big eyes and everything. Of course, the orange headband, and then he has the belt around his waist now too. Now he doesn't really have any holder areas or anything for his nunchucks, but you can just kind of just slide him down into the sides there. So he comes with the headband tails there in the orange, and as I mentioned, the nunchucks. So again, I hate the nunchucks because they have this like little wire piece, so it allows like to be able to bend them and everything. But I'm always so afraid to like break these because NECA stuff breaks so easily. But it's nice to have them like together, and you can easily slide them down into the waist there, so they kind of stick out like that. But let's go ahead and put them in his hand. So there we got all 4 turtles decked out with their weapons, and I think that looks awesome. So it's awesome that we finally got the turtles from the 1990 movie to go along with our other figures of like the Shredder and Splinter, Casey Jones, and all the other figures we have from like the second movie and everything. So that is awesome, and I absolutely love them because especially for me, I grew up watching the live action Turtles, so I love that version of the Turtles. So seeing them in figure form and how close they look to how they did in the movie is pretty awesome to me. So I absolutely love the figures, and I just like everything about them. But let me know your opinion of these turtles down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my video, please leave a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. But I want to thank y'all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.